Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Shannon Fox, Devoted Patriots 2 channel. If you don't already know, I've got a video here of Tucker Carlson with some breaking news. I haven't actually had time to watch the video. It's 3 minutes, so I guess we'll watch it together. Before I get into that, I do want to say a couple things about that and about what's going to happen tomorrow. First thing is Tucker Carlson's lawyer sent information to Fox, letterhead, saying that they breached contract, and so Tucker is going to go out on his own and do his own thing. And just like Benny Johnson said earlier in the week, that Elon Musk and Tucker Carlson were in talks together about a new communication platform over on Twitter. So it doesn't look like Rumble or Newsmax is going to get Tucker Carlson. It looks like Tucker Carlson's going to do his own thing over on Twitter, and maybe even do it with Elon Musk, and maybe bring in some other talent as well. Who knows what all is going to be involved? At this point, all we do know is that since Tucker Carlson did put his letter, have his letter sent through the lawyers, he now is taking it upon himself to say, I quit. We're done. I'm going to go do my own thing now," and that's what absolutely needed to happen. Twitter is fixing to explode with new viewers just because people that want to find Tucker will be going over to Twitter. And there's a lot of folks that do not that watch Fox in the past, and because of Tucker Carlson, they're not necessarily Twitter fans. So that will actually help Twitter a ton. Wonder what kind of deal Elon actually offered him. Who really knows at this point? But it looks like it's all done, and we may get some real breaking news over there. Tucker Carlson's going to be talking about it here directly. I want to see the rest of the J6 footage myself, folks. I don't know about y'all. That's hot on my mind about all the different topics he's going to be able to discuss now. I do know that he believes that Twitter is the only place left in America where we actually have 100% free speech. Go, and just that alone makes it the best place to go as far as he's concerned. So hats off to Tucker Carlson. Great job. I think we'll actually get some truth bombs. It may be one of the most truest podcast or news shows we've ever seen from this point forward. Once Tucker starts doing his thing over there on the Twitter, I can't wait. I've already went over there and signed up um, for to follow Tucker Carlson. No doubt about it. I like Tucker Carlson. I actually thought he's a very great commentator. But what I like about him most is the fact that he's not afraid to tell the truth, and that's what this country needs right now. More people like that. Speaking about telling the truth, we got bombshell information, whistleblower uh, ties with the alleged ties until the morning. It's alleged ties with the Biden family involving in some foreign country that hasn't been disclosed yet. Business transaction from point A all the way to Z, involving Hunter, Joe, the LLCs, and the foreign interest that was actually involved in this. All this information has been brought to light to James COMER and the Oversight Committee, and they've been saying all week the Justice Department does not need to indict Hunter Biden before Wednesday over these Mickey Mouse charges, this tax evasion and the gun charge, because if they do, it'll be sorry as can be because of the fact that they fixing to drop some bombs, meaning the Oversight Committee on Hunter Biden, let the whole world know just how bad it is. He said Comer's already said he's going to discuss the influence peddling in detail. They're going to have affidavit, factual documented proof of complete transactions, and so that should actually get the ball rolling in the right direction for what I'm looking for. Some of those I words, you know what I'm talking about: indictment, impeachment. Doesn't matter to me. I'm just ready for him to go. But at any rate, this is going to turn out to be a awesome day tomorrow because Hunter did not get indicted today. So tomorrow, the Justice Department will have more to work with because of the fact, not that they don't already have the information, but because of the fact the American people will be looking at the Justice Department now that the information is out there that they are actually allegedly involved in the cover up of all things. Go figure. But it is what it is. Tomorrow morning, oversight committee press conference, going to blow the doors off the information we know so told from about transactions from start to finish, and that is criminal at this point, folks. That's what I'm looking forward to, the criminality being exposed. That's what has to happen. And you know what I think will happen? I think Hunter Biden will eventually get indicted behind this, if not pretty quick. But they won't indict him probably over some of the more serious charges. They'll try to indict him over some of the other charges. And then what will happen is Joe Biden will pardon his son, and that will be the nail in the coffin that even turns some of these Democrats against Joe Biden. That the fact that he's willing to pardon his crackhead son just to save face. That's exactly what's going to happen, folks. Biden Jr. should get indicted, and it looks like, as far as everything we know so far from Biden's speech this week, that Hunter Biden will be taken care of by Daddy. So I can't wait. Go ahead and pardon your son over the indictment, all that stuff. It'll all work out in the end, because what it's going to do is it's going to turn some of these Democrat voters off of the Joe Biden team. No doubt about it. There's still some Democrats out there that do not pay enough attention to the media and the news. But when they find out that Daddy and Hunter were both allegedly doing all kinds of things together that didn't benefit this country one drop, it's going to be a game changer, folks. And that's what I believe. Now let's go ahead and watch this video together. And like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. And let's jump into it. See what Tucker has to say today.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. You often hear people say the news is full of lies, but most of the time that's not exactly right. Much of television or read the New York Times is in fact true in the literal sense. It could pass one of the media's own fact checks. Lawyers would be willing to sign off on it. In fact, they may have. But that doesn't make it true. It's not true. At the most basic level, the news you consume is a lie of the stealthiest and most insidious kind. Facts have been withheld on purpose, along with proportion and perspective. You are being manipulated. How does that work? Let's see. If I tell you that a man has been unjustly arrested for armed robbery, that is not, strictly speaking, a lie. He may have been framed. At this point, there's been no trial, so no one can really say. But if I don't mention the fact that the same man has been arrested for the same crime 6 times before, am I really informing you? No, I'm not. I'm misleading you. And that's what the news media are doing in every story that matters, every day of the week, every week of the year. What's it like to work in a system like that? After more than 30 years in the middle of it, we could tell you stories. The best you can hope for in the news business at this point is the freedom to tell the fullest truth that you can. But there are always limits. And you know that if you bump up against those limits often enough, you will be fired for it. That's not a guess, it's guaranteed. Every person who works in English language media understands that. The rule of what you can't say defines everything. It's filthy, really, and it's utterly corrupting. You can't have a free society if people aren't allowed to say what they think is true. Speech is the fundamental prerequisite for democracy. That's why it's enshrined in the first of our constitutional amendments. Amazingly, as of tonight, there aren't many platforms left that allow free speech. The last big one remaining in the world, the only one, is Twitter, where we are now. Twitter has long served as the place where our national conversation incubates and develops. Twitter is not a partisan site. Everybody's allowed here, and we think that's a good thing. And yet, for the most part, the news that you see analyzed on Twitter comes from media organizations that are themselves thinly disguised propaganda outlets. You see it on cable news, you talk about it on Twitter. The result may feel like a debate, but actually the gatekeepers are still in charge. We think that's a bad system. We know exactly how it works, and we're sick of it. Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter. We'll be bringing some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to be here. Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no others. See you soon.
Well, he's right there, folks. There is no doubt about it. Without free speech, we do not have freedom. We do not have democracy. When they take your speech away, they literally take your right to argue about the way that they continue to treat us. And when it gets to that point, it's beyond tyranny at that point. When it gets as bad as it is, even here on ComeyTube, me being gone 2 weeks over somebody else's comment about Pete Buttigieg of all things. What a stupid reason to get whack-a-mole. But that's just my story. Um, it's everywhere. Censorship is not a joke, and it is in full effect for a specific reason, and it is to tamper down on the truth because people are sick and tired of the way things are going right now. The way the way the Biden regime is treating the American people, and I guess if you complain about it, you talk about people like Dr. Fauci or there's several people you just can't even mention their name. Snowden, Assange. You better not even mention it. That's why I think that this is going to explode. Just my opinion, but I think this is all going to come to a head at one point. Eventually, people are going to get sick of being lied to and being told to shut up because they're not allowed to have a voice, and that's what it boils down to, folks. That's one of the reasons they're attacking Christianity today, going after the church, the government is in so many different directions, and it's because one of the things that you have when you're a Christian is you have free will, and you understand that. Doesn't mean the government has the right to tell you to shut up, sit down, and shut up. So just that alone, just one of the many things that makes the left against morality. They don't just want to silence us; they want to silence everybody that is opposing to their next move, and that's just a sad fact. It's totalitarianism at best. It's tyranny, and it's here, and we've got to root it out. And the biggest part of the problem is the media. That's why I think this video that you just watched with Tucker Carlson was so important. We're fixing to be on the frontier of a new Tucker Carlson, one with no holds barred, one that can talk about things that happened in November, uh, things that happened in January, things that happen that most places are just not allowed to talk about, origin of the Wu flu, things of that nature. Um, I guarantee you, Tucker Carlson will be bringing the fire each and every day, just like James Comer will be tomorrow, folks. So stick around to the channel. I'll see y'all tomorrow with some highlights and let you know what happened with James Comer and the Oversight Committee dropping bombs. Give you the full breakdown this time tomorrow. Like, subscribe, and share. Go to Patriots. Over and out.